Hi everyone, Stefan here. Today I'm going to talk about which chess books you should read in order to improve at chess depending on your rating and playing style. I'm going to introduce a platform I've been working on called Chessreads, which is dedicated to chess book reviews based on, well, what you should be reading. It's supposed to be easy to find out which chess books you should be reading. That's one of the most common questions I keep getting on the channel. Chessreads is a very simple website in its essence. You can filter the books based on your current rating. So say you're between 1200 and 1400, it's going to give you a selection of books. If you want to add something else to that, let's say your biggest weakness is strategy, then it's going to introduce that into the filter, and you're going to get a selection of books. Based on that, you improve your strategy and you're rated whatever, 1200 to 1400. You can also filter books by category and by rating. So say you want to see all the books for people rated 2000 to 2200, in my example. You would be able to get a complete list of them. And if you want to learn, I don't know, openings for black, you can do that too. So it's a very, very simple website. There is nothing fancy about it, but it's supposed to be useful. It's supposed to serve as a way to find out what you should read. So we're going to be talking about chess books in general as well. I should say, first of all, that reading chess books is great, but most of them focus on expanding your theoretical knowledge, whether it be openings or endgames or whatever else, instead of building your skill. So what I've tried to do in these reviews, and so far I've written all of them, there were no guest reviews thus far, but if you want, you can submit a guest review and we will accept it if it's good enough. So I've tried to emphasize which books are actually useful. So if we go into, let's say, David Navarra's excellent lessons on uncompromising play, in each book you can see several different things aside from the review. Firstly, the difficulty. And this is a book for advanced and master level players. The category, of course, is the middle game. I think this is the intended rating, although Navarra's book may be for, people who are close to GM level. And then there are two things, readability and usefulness. Readability is a very simple thing. It determines whether you need the board on the side to go through the book. So if the readability is 10 out of 10, you can do it without the board. If it's 1 out of 10, you're going to need 3 chess boards. And then the second thing is usefulness. This is one of the most important metrics on Chessreads. And this tells you how useful the book is depending on the topic it covers. So how useful is lessons on uncompromising play on, if you read the review, you will find out dynamic strategy. So those are two things I wanted to emphasize. So I've tried to cover as many books as I could. I'm going to be adding new reviews daily. I'm also adding articles on various topics. I did one on 8 underrated chess books the other day, and this is my selection. I don't know if you're going to agree, but basically books like Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess or My System, which everyone talks about, but they are no good, are not on this list. This is a list of books that I think everyone should read and almost no one talks about. So what I'm looking for here is, first of all, feedback. Chessreads is basically in its beta stage. There is really nothing fancy about it. You cannot log in. It's completely free. There is no premium, whatever. It's just supposed to be a tool for people to find out which books they should be reading. We're also starting a YouTube channel called Chessreads, where the first video is coming out today. It's supposed to be out now, where I'm going to have people, authors, coaches, discuss their books with me. As you can see, we're starting out with Jakob Ogod's GM preparation, and I'm going to continue covering his entire series, GM preparation, continuing with strategic play tomorrow. So I had the pleasure of interviewing Grandmaster Jakob Ogod regarding his books, and then the channel is going to continue covering interviews with different authors. So if you have any questions for them, I will try to forward them to them. So now let's talk about books. I've read a lot of chess books, and what I can say is there are only a handful that I found incredibly useful and almost indispensable. And I base my personal, very subjective opinion of the quality of a chess book on whether I got to apply what I learned in an actual game. Many times that won't be possible. So we have to divide the books into categories. On Chessreads, they are divided into openings, middle games, which are then subdivided into strategy, tactics, positional, play, and puzzle books. Endgames, which are divided into complex and theoretical, and puzzles and studies, thinking processes, which is the most complex category of all, I would say. These are almost always advanced books, game collections like Zurich 53, textbooks which cover everything. This is my least favorite category. There is Judith Polgar's Strike Like Judith, which is, it's supposed to cover everything. Novels and miscellaneous is just weird stuff. And then we have biographies and players alongside children's books. So each of these is very different, and it's supposed to serve a different purpose. So let's say you are 1500. So let's do that, 14 to 1600. And you get this selection of books. Now let's find, okay, 400 strategy puzzles. If you go into this review, this is a middle game book, but it's a very specific middle game book. So using this to get handpicked, curated problems which aren't tactical in nature makes it almost indispensable, because there weren't many books like this written. So when you choose a chess book, it's my opinion that you need to cover everything, every area of play. So let's say we talk about strategy now. When it comes to strategy, you need a book with puzzles. So let's say this one, and let me find another book that applies. Okay, Jaak Bogaerts' Strategic Play. Two very different books because of their level. Strategic Play is, compared to Kravtsev's book, insanely hard. So if you're 1500, this one is for you, but they serve the same purpose. If you're 2000, you're going to get Strategic Play. Now, calculation. Again, I have a couple of books here. Let's say, once again, from the same series, Attack and Defense and Calculation. Let me see what else I got here. I can't see anything now. So both these books are for advanced players. But if we go into our 1500 rating bracket once again, and we try to find the tactics book for those players, you can see that there weren't many written. And I tried to find one. There really aren't that many books that explain tactics on a level that's between absolute beginner and very advanced, and that offer hand-picked problems on those topics. So for some categories, for some subsections, you might find yourself in trouble. Now the next thing is books that teach you how to study chess. And one of my favorites is Ben Johnson's Perpetual Chess Improvement. I did an interview with Ben, and it's going to be out on the Chessreads YouTube channel soon. Another one I could mention off the top of my head is Davorin Kuljašević, Study Chess on Your Own. I think these are great for improving players and sort of adult improvers, because you're going to get an insight into how strong players, strong coaches study chess and teach their students chess. Now, moving on, the Giant Chess Puzzle Book could be a puzzle book for 1500 rated players, but it doesn't really explain tactics that well. It's a puzzle book. It's a great puzzle book, but it's not a tactics book. Now let's talk about endgames. So we have a lot of stuff here. Let's say this. Where is my... Okay, let's compare 4 books. So we have Technique in Chess by Dvoretsky, curated by Yusupov. We have Endgame Play by Jakob Agard. We have Karsten Müller's and Fishbein's Endgame Corner, and we have Bondarenko's Pawn Endgames. What's the difference between these books? Endgames are divided into technical or theoretical and complex endgames. Technical endgames or theoretical endgames, you just need to get them out of the way. So books that cover them, this one covers pawn endgames. You can get comprehensive guides on all theoretical endgames, such as Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual or Jesus de la Villa's 100 Endgames You Should Know. These are easy to get, and there are many of them. If we go into endgames here, and go into theoretical endgames, you can see that there is so much to choose from. For example, Averbach's series is great, but any of them will be enough. You don't really have to worry about making the wrong choice. Now, on the other hand, these other books are different. So, firstly, this is a weird book. It's a mix of everything. Normally, endgame books are divided into theoretical, complex, and puzzle books. Endgame Corner is a bit of everything. So if you only want to get one book, I think this one is great. But complex and puzzle books are rare and different. Aside from endgame studies, which, there are, wow, I forgot the name. 5,000, I forgot the name. Kasparian, excuse me, his Endgame study book, or Jan Timman's The Art of the Endgame. Those are different. There are a few that go over Endgame studies, but Endgame problems, especially handpicked and incredibly well annotated, are rare. One of the books that does that incredibly well is Endgame Play by Jakob Agard. This isn't an endgame book that's going to teach you endgame technique. This is an endgame book that's going to make you work, and you're going to have to solve a million problems and, or die trying. So we get a theoretical endgame book. Any of them. This only covers pawns. This Bondarenko book, it's a small book, but it doesn't matter, just to make my point. Then you need a puzzle book to actually train endgames, and you need a book on complex endgames. Here I have Technique in Chess, which is a great book. It's very, very small, but incredibly useful. This is Dvoretsky's training, basically, on conversion and technique in the endgame. To name a few more, let's get into complex endgames. There is, of course, Shereshevsky's Endgame Strategy. There is Amateur to IM, which is an astonishing book. Jonathan Hawkins played out a bunch of endgames, and this is his personal experience. And this is one of the best books to develop your chess skills, your endgame chess skills. And this book is great, Lars Bohansen's Endgame Strategy. Basically, you need one. You need one of them. Choose one, and that way you get to develop a feeling for endgame play. You get to develop your technique. So endgames are specific. Middle games, as I said, positional play and strategy are the same thing. And Jakob Agard told me that there really is no difference. The difference between strategic play and positional play in his series is the difficulty of the problems. And, a theoretical portion of the book, which in positional play deals with his famous 3 questions, and in strategic play deals with complex positions alone. So they are pretty much the same thing. And then you have tactics, which can be subdivided into puzzles and actually tactical theory. And the final category, opening books, where is it? I want to get this one. As an example, I'm going to use The Modernized London by Milos Pavlovich. A new book came out last year. Here's my personal opinion. You should only get opening books on openings you play that cover the opening you play with words, not with variations. I'm going to highlight one book which I absolutely love. This is the only opening book I've ever loved, apart from maybe Dreyev's Meran and Anti-Meran, but that's because I'm connected to them. Those were the first two books I read. When it comes to opening books, and I try to talk about that a lot in my reviews, what you're looking for is readability. You want them to be filled with text, not with variations. I'm going to use, again, this book, Modernized London System. If you guys can see this, it's mainly variations, sub-variations, ideas, which is great if you're highly experienced in the London and you need to tweak your opening repertoire a bit. But for people who aren't masters and who haven't played 100 games, like in my case, I played 100 games of the Caro-Kann, probably 200 tournament games of the Caro-Kann. And even a book like this that goes through lines is going to be useful for me. But if you're just starting out, you need a book like Squeezing the Gambits. Now, this is, of course, a book for 1d4 players with white. It's a very specific book. But it teaches you how to play against the Benko, the Budapest, the Albin, and the Blumenfeld. It's just wonderful. It's almost all text. It's almost all planning and ideas, strategy, tactics, what you should look for, what you should look out for. So opening books vary in quality a lot, much more than the books in the other categories. And I think the reason for that is because people don't like to explain things, or they assume that you understand the simple, subtle plans in opening, and then they simply don't talk about it. So these are the categories. And Chessreads is going to get new books every day. You can, first of all, I'm looking for feedback. Secondly, the website is completely free. It works in a way that I earn a small commission if you order a book through Chessreads, through affiliate links, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. So if you want to support the project and you want a book, consider ordering it through Chessreads. Another thing, we have started a Discord channel. I have never used that before. So join the Discord. I'm going to be there answering your questions if you have any. Secondly, there's a newsletter you can subscribe to get every new review and article we publish. That will also help support the platform a lot. Thirdly, we are introducing guest reviews. As I said, so far every review was my personal review, but we're looking forward to adding, if possible, 100 different players to review the books with different ratings. And imagine, let's say, Dvoretsky's Endgame manual being reviewed by 20 different people of different ratings, where you can see what a 2500 thinks about it as opposed to a 1500 player. So if you're serious, if you have a book you would like to write a review of, please, chessreads@gmail.com. I'm going to read all of them personally. And if you do review a book, I'm going to add you as an author. Below the review, you're going to be able to find yourself. The only thing is, I'm going to need your name, your rating, and stuff like that. So a new project, hopefully something that people will like. I want to hear what you think. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please ask. And once again, if you want to see video reviews of the books with book authors discussing them with me, go on to the YouTube channel. I'm going to link it below. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the long video. I wanted to talk about books in general as well. Yeah, I'm dying to hear what you think. Stay tuned for more chess and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.